Roadworm.
Hi, I'm Drew.
And I'm Craig.
And today, on Roadkill Reviews...
Do you guys want some cheese balls?
Get out of here with your cheese balls, James! What are we watching today, Craig?
Jabberwocky.
Jabberwocky?
Jabberwocky? Did somebody say Jabberwocky?
Silence, you fools!
Oh,
And now for something Terry Gilliam.
How's your father?
Oh, never better, Mrs. Fishfinger.
just dropped dead.
You've got garbage all over your vest. Really ought to look after your appearance, you know.
Oh, he's having a
Good morning to you, sir.
And to you, sir. Fine day.
Truly.
They're being carried.
Yeah.
Guys.
Surely.
By the way, what's the latest wine to water ratio? Did you see it this morning?
Just trying to embrace.
Measures.
Yeah, he does.
There's a third guy.
He takes right off.
Bless my soul.
Is that the holy hand grenade?
Oh, it looks like it, yeah.
How does it work?
Liar! It's the diamonds you're after, isn't it?
It's not diamond, they're just rocks.
Just rocks.
That one guy's from Star Wars.
Oh. I can't remember. Admiral.
Yeah.
Isn't he the one who wakes him from his, like...
Yeah, he comes and bugs him when he's in the middle with his helmet off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who that guy was.
Huh. Cool.
Good catch.
Yeah.
Morning.
Oh, morning. I'm afraid I haven't got any money.
Oh, he cut his foot off.
Maybe we could team up together. All we got to do is...
No. No, thank you. No, goodbye.
What a golden chance he's missing.
All we gotta do is... I can't play!
They look like the cards from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah,
They do.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. It is my privilege to announce.
He just beats the drums.
A joust. Sorry? A joust.
A juice. He meant joust.
Isn't he the same guy, the guy on the drum who sings the Brave Sir Robin song?
That is who that is.
He is Brave Sir Robin, Brave Sir Robin.
Shut up!
Brave Sir Robin.
Yeah.
Brave Sir Robin. He's kicking it.
Pissed off.
49, 50. Coming.
Hide and seek. Leave his helmet.
Here I am.
The way his hair's standing up, too. Oh, he got both his feet up.
You gotta figure it out, that guy.
Good Sir Knight, you have proved your worth on the field of honor.
Smacked him right in the forehead.
Now you will prove yourself in mortal combat with a monster. Have the gates open. Well, carry on. Open the gate!
He's so nervous. Oh my god!
No.
fell over and crushed the guy.
You really are a big disappointment to me, Dennis.
He smacks him one. Look how the sun gives him a line.
And then he hits him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. That's the doorbell, I guess?
Yeah. He fell over.
They all gotta pick him up.
And I love how screwed up they are on the ground, eh? They're like,
Oh my God!
Who the f*** is his hair? His hat.
Look out, child!
Covering him with
Big assassination.
Look at the background.
That's like an old school Terry Gilliam animation.
oh, that's funny.
That's how it ends. He goes off to the sunset with his wife, and he doesn't even like her.
He was.
Oh, God.
Great movie.
And that was Jabberwocky.
That was
Yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah, that was pretty
that's
funny.
a funny moments.
Pretty
Slow
funny.
start, but
Yeah.
started to pick up really good.
Okay, so a little background first. So Jabberwocky is based off of the short Lewis Carroll poem. Lewis Carroll is the man who wrote the books for Alice in Wonderland, Through the Looking Glass, and so forth. The Jabberwocky is sort of like this dragon monster in this classic poem of his. The film was made in 1977. It is directed by Terry Gilliam, one of the original members of the comedy troupe Monty Python, the only American of the bunch. This was his first outing as a solo director post Monty Python. His first feature film, of course, for Monty Python fans, was Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
He also did a lot of animation work for Monty Python's Flying Circus, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Life of Brian, Meaning of Life. I think he did a lot of set work too. And it definitely captures that Terry Gilliam style.
Oh yeah.
That
the grittiness of medieval times.
yeah, the dark, grimy feel.
Lots of smoke.
Yeah, coming from nowhere,
Yeah.
coming from somewhere. Jabberwocky, it's a little misleading because I thought the whole movie was going to be about
Him going to fight this
the
beast.
the Jabberwocky. I thought it was going to be like, you know, the Jabberwocky's on a rampage, and then this one guy, this underdog, has to step up and kill it.
Yeah.
And like, it's not that's not what it is at all.
It turns away from that.
At all.
Yeah.
Like it starts off with a kill, the Jabberwocky. You don't see it, but it kills this peasant.
It's like Evil Dead 2.
Oh. Oh.
Eventually, it kills another peasant, and then you never see it for like the whole remainder of the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
You just hear sounds in
Yeah.
the distance and like the castles rumbling and people
Yeah.
complaining about the beast.
And then you actually kind of forget about the Jabberwocky. for
Yeah,
a
like
good
I
portion
forgot
of
about
Yeah.
it.
And they don't really get on with the quest till like the last 20 minutes.
Well, the whole point of the tournament that they're having in the movie was to have to find someone who would go and slay this beast.
Yeah, like a champion, but
Uh,
also worthy enough to marry
classic.
the princess too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, classic.
Classic element to that medieval story.
The film stars Michael Palin, who is another member of Monty Python. He stars as this sort of peasant underdog. Dennis Cooper is his name.
Pathetic little man.
Yes. just
Yeah.
just a sad, really a loser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
like-
dad lets him know on his dying breath, in his last dying breath.
Yeah.
He makes barrels with his dad. He's in love with this woman, this terrible woman who hates him, that lives in a little shack on the swamp. After his dad dies, he leaves to go to the kingdom, and he wants to get a job there in the kingdom, or
Seems
he
like
wants
he
to start a new
befriends
life.
like this one.
Yeah.
oh, squire.
The squire,
Squire,
yeah,
yeah,
he
yeah.
befriends the one squire there who sleeps around with the
Everyone.
keeper's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who has the most poetic death Remember he was sleeping.
Oh,
he was,
right.
He's hiding under the bed.
Yeah. He sleeps with the blacksmith's wife.
Yeah.
And then he hides under the bed. Then he comes home.
Yeah.
Jumps on the bed.
That's how he.
Yeah, well, karma.
Yeah.
Right away, you get all these colorful characters.
Oh yeah.
There's this old, decrepit king.
They're all old though. They're
Yeah.
all like old and dirty people.
Yeah. And they all have their own like problems and stuff. Like the king
Yeah.
doesn't sleep properly because
Yeah.
he knows there's a beast beyond the walls.
then
rolling around.
Then you've got the princess, his daughter, who's living up in this tower.
Just like how it's written in all the books, because
Yeah.
she says that in the movie.
I will build you a beautiful bridal suite in the lovely West Tower.
It just falls right apart.
She's waiting for a suitor to come and marry her.
Yeah, a prince. A real prince.
Yeah. She like doesn't seem to get out very much. She's waiting for this prince. There is this little group of like, they were kind of like a cult. Remember the ones that the crazy, creepy people who
Yeah.
who wanted to like make sacrifices to the Jabberwocky.
Yeah.
That's right.
And there's that one guy. He puts himself in the catapult.
A testament to our godliness and piety!
What does that mean?
I don't know, but I want it!
He does it himself.
Admiral Piet or
Yeah.
Viet or whatever his name is. You called that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah, he's straight up from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Should have stayed in Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny because I never saw him in another movie, and then right there, the second act of the movie, and this going back to what we were saying earlier, it's not really about the Jabberwocky. The movie is more about like
The underdog.
that,
Like following him.
and it's about society in like in the Dark Ages.
Yeah,
Like, it's
really.
like a
How bad it was.
yeah, like a crazy, grimy, dirty, bizarre society in the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
Done as like a satire,
Yeah.
like a social commentary. Almost.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the way Life of Brian ended up panning out. Like the story
Yeah.
of Life of Brian, it was just kind of like it wasn't about. It was just about him and like the way things were back
And
then.
the Romans
like,
and-
you
yeah.
kind of learned something by watching that movie
Yeah.
about how things were. Just
Yeah.
a little comical relief
Just
to
a
it.
satire, a political satire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was actually, I mean, I kind of wanted it to be just a simple going to slay the dragon.
Yeah.
But I was pleasantly surprised that this was about this wacky kingdom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he took a character from Lewis. He took a mythical creature from Lewis Carroll's poem and threw it into his own original screenplay. Even like the jousting scenes
Yeah.
where they're trying to find the right champion to go slay the Jabberwocky. Like
Puts his sense of humor to it.
Yeah.
All the knights had like silly things on their heads.
Yeah.
One guy has a
And they're
fish.
flying through the air when they get smoked. And
Oh, it's bloody too.
she's got blood splatter all over her.
How else can we choose a champion?
And then once it's all said and done, the king's just there, his face is covered in blood, and then what does he say? Well then, or something? Or we have a winner.
Yeah, exactly.
With his face, right? With the chin. We
Yeah.
have a winner.
Even though it's a comedy and it's a satire, it still feels like it's in the Dark Ages.
Yeah, and that's all. Yeah, all of his stuff that takes place in the Dark Ages felt like that.
Yeah.
He was always able to capture that like gritty feeling, but then just bringing the humor to that was just like so original.
That would it would add to the atmosphere of the movie.
Yeah.
I also like how his movies. I mean, obviously, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and this are very kind of low budget.
Yeah.
They feel like, and I like how they feel low budget when you watch them.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he does that on purpose or not. Or
He seems to be an ambitious director, and he's always seems to be going over his budget.
but that almost adds to the satire of
Yeah.
it. It's like he doesn't have enough money, but he doesn't care.
Yeah.
So he just uses what he has and
and makes it work.
Yeah, and uses it to its comedic extent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the Jabberwocky itself is just this goofy looking puppet, like a giant demonic big bird.
Yeah.
You know, it's got like it looks like it's very like two guys in this one big like a parade float.
Yeah.
But that was all part of the charm.
Yeah, totally.
Of the movie.
Right.
You know, you knew it was going to be ridiculous, but it was real and it was, you know, menacing and but it was silly at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, and it was able to kick ass. Like you think the big black knight is going to be the hero and he just gets smoked.
Well, like, I love how he made the knights so, like, they couldn't move. And they were so dumb when they were on the ground. Like
they were only useful when they were on their horses.
Yeah. And they're always like, they just know, like, their weapons and stuff, and they ask their squire, like, and they, yeah,
they were just useless.
I think my favorite part, though, and it was just like out of nowhere, was when the Black Knight and the other knight, they face off, and then he just smacks him with the axe and splits him right in half and just blows apart.
Oh, that was.
What shot!
I love how he's walking back.
I love the fighting, that like the way he films it. He always does these close-up shots that are really fast. He's like, and you just hear like armor and just clashing, and like it's always these close-up shots of like swinging.
Yeah, he really gets in there.
Yeah,
with the camera.
Yeah, feel like you're a part of it. Like you feel like you're right there, like hearing everything smack together.
I was kind of worried because the movie kind of dips down a bit and it gets kind of boring.
Yeah,
you know, the Jabberwocky doesn't show up again, and it was kind of hard to follow what was going on.
Yeah.
And it was also kind of hard to figure out what kind of movie it was going to be.
Yeah.
Like, you knew it was going to be a comedy, but and then it was all about politics and the knight and his advisors, but then you'd have a gag and a joke and, you know, one line
back into it.
Yeah, and then it just gets funnier and funnier and it escalates.
Yeah.
Even without the Jabberwocky. And you're like, man, this is a hilarious look at the Dark Ages. Like, this makes it look funny.
Yeah.
And then finally they go after the Jabberwocky, and it's just a big finale. Michael Palin is great in it as this loser Dennis.
I love when he always plays a loser.
Yeah, yeah. The funny thing is that like his character didn't even really like do anything or have an impact. It was everyone else that did.
Yeah,
and
he was just
boring,
right?
really.
Yeah. And like everything, he was just kind of there.
Yeah,
circumstantially, and even at the end, when he goes with the knight. He doesn't go to slay the dragon. The knight goes. He just goes with him as like his caddy or whatever.
Yeah.
And then at the end, after the Jabberwocky kills the Dark Knight, the Black Knight, Dennis kills the Jabberwocky by accident.
How'd that just happen?
Because it came down and he went down with the sword pointing up, and it pretty well just did the work itself.
And now he's the successor to, or he's the suitor for the princess to marry the princess.
It's half
and he
of the
was
kingdom.
still, but he was still hung up on the girl from the swamp, which was just
he didn't
wake
even...
up, man.
To the planet. Come.
Griselda!
Don't look back, bro.
Don't be an idiot.
I pronounce you man and wife.
It won't let him go.
He's a bird.
Why is he such a fool?
Yeah. And he's trying to take off.
They're in the carriage going off into the sunset, and he's like unhappy, miserable.
Yeah, like
he should be lucky, he should be happy, but he's not. So this particular edition is by Criterion, the famous Criterion Collection. They are a distributor that release films on Blu-ray and DVD. They do specifically classic and contemporary films. They also do a lot of foreign films too. A lot of prestigious films also. They do some cult classics, obviously, Jabberwocky. They're probably the best for restoration.
Yeah.
Like they're probably the best for Blu-ray releasing. This was remastered in 4K digital restoration, and they talk about the restoration, so like they put a lot of work into it. And the film, having never seen it before, nothing else to compare it to, looked great.
Yeah.
It was dark at some parts.
Yeah,
I think that was on purpose.
Yeah, that was his style. Criterion Collection, definitely check them out. If you're Blu-ray enthusiasts out there, if you like collecting movies,
We got more here.
yeah, we got more.
Some more Terry Gilliams.
We have other Terry Gilliam releases from the Criterion. Brazil, Time Bandits, great kids classic. The Fisher King, they all look great. They've all been restored meticulously. Some great special features, especially on Brazil. But definitely, if you're a fan of Terry Gilliam, definitely check these out. Definitely get your hands on it. If you love collecting movies, check out Criterion. They might have some of your favorite films in the collection. Definitely worth owning. When the movie started, and it kind of lost me in the second act, I was thinking better luck next time. But definitely right after that till the end, we were having a ball. I want to give it a right on because it is definitely a good film worth checking out. But I think there's just, I don't know, it feels like there's something missing, and I can't put my finger on it. So I'm going to give it a meh. The only thing is, though, it is very misleading. It is not really about the Jabberwocky. You know what? That's really the only thing that's holding me back, is that it was misleading. It is hilarious. So, meh.
I enjoyed it. Not my favorite Terry Gilliam film, but also not the worst Terry Gilliam film I've seen. A lot of his elements were there, but at the beginning there was a lot of slow burning, and it was a lot of boring parts when it was involving the king and his men, his subjects there. Yeah. I was going into it and worried, thinking, this movie. But it picked up. It was nice to see a new, because this is the only one I think I've ever never seen before.
Of Terry Gilliam.
Yeah, and it was nice to see it's like a classic film that I've never actually seen before. I'd have to give it a meh. Fan of the Python comedy and Terry Gilliam, you'll enjoy it.
I think for the late 70s too, just seeing how their effects and the way they did stuff with a low budget, I thought he hit it pretty good. It almost seems like it's something you would see today, trying to spoof another serious movie. But yeah, I'm probably gonna be right there with you guys. I'm gonna probably give it a meh as well, just because it did kind of drag on. So yeah, I give it a meh.
But every time it was with Dennis and people that he was meeting, it was always fun. Really funny.
All right, well, it's unanimous.
It's a meh.
It's a meh.
Yeah.
Jabberwocky is a meh. And I think you might enjoy it more with a group of friends, maybe.
Yeah.
As opposed, because
if you sit there by yourself, you're gonna definitely zone out.
Yeah, and you might even stop watching it.
Also, your friends better be either Python or Gilliam fans, or else they're gonna be.
Yeah,
definitely for sure.
They're gonna be
I don't think his stuff appeals to a lot of people.
It's an acquired
taste. Acquired taste.
Yeah.
As always, thank you very much for watching Roadkill Reviews. Subscribe to Roadworm Entertainment. Leave a comment if there's something you'd like for us to watch and rate. Make sure you share. Tell your friends. Well, definitely stay tuned because we got some more coming on the way. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And
Catch you later.
Catch you later. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Ta-ta for now.